Good evening, everyone. This is Gil at Camppatton Family Compound, and with me here tonight we have Tammy from Rebel Canners and Mark from Chef Tech. And it is the Monday Night Fireside Chat where we'll be chatting about canning stuff tonight. And specifically tonight's topic is canning applesauce and juice, and a few more things to go right along with that. And let's pop over here. Here I am. And there's Tammy, and Mark's talking to his wife. She just got home. There he is. So, well, let's see who's all here. Just make sure I got everybody. Saying hi to them. Oh, got some more coming in. Okay, so first one in was Shady Hill Homestead. Then Mark popped up and said hi. And then Sue Me came in. Diana Two's here.
Hi.
And Dorothea Clay Gardner on your side, Tammy.
Hi.
Caitlin Strain's in the house. And then Angel's Homestead on your side as well, Tammy.
Hello.
And we got a few more lurkers out there, but hey, lurking is fine. Just say hi so we can check in, and that way the algorithms will say, oh, you're actually watching. Okay. Because sometimes you can watch it and they won't count you unless you say hi or do also don't forget the thumbs up for whichever side you're in on.
Yeah, if you turn the volume to mute, it won't count it.
Yeah. If you're worried about, or here's a little secret. If you want to let it play, but you don't want to hear the noise, plug it in earpiece and let it just, and just turn the volume down, not off, or use regular speakers and turn the volume down on the speakers. Because if the player says the volume's up, YouTube thinks the volume's up. So there you go. That way, at night you want to watch somebody's little playlist. You don't want the noise. Just plug in your speakers or an earpiece and just turn the volume down low on the player, but not down all the way. And that way, or just on your speakers, just turn it down on your speakers or turn the speakers off. That way, it still thinks it's on. Yeah. Alrighty, so tonight is changed a little bit as I was looking stuff up. We're adding a little bit more to it because, hey, apples, you always add stuff for apples.
Because you're a rebel and you just have to change it up.
Yeah. So let's go over some couple things here. And all right, so I brought some pictures here. You got your applesauce, all right? And and everybody says, oh yeah, you blend your apples, can them, blah blah blah. Fine, and that winds up kind of looking like that, or maybe even a little thinner. But then there's chunky applesauce. Actually, my grandsons kind of like that. They like getting they like biting into the apple. And then there's your super chunky applesauce, and they threw some cinnamon in there. And you're getting closer here to apple pie filling. So, and then of course, sometimes people they strain it and they want to do the juice or the cider. And Tammy, that's your cue. What's the difference?
Okay, I was raised on an apple orchard farm. Okay, so it is cider until you cook it, and in the minute you cook it in any pasteurized, cook it, whatever. I don't care what you buy at the store says. If it is in any way been heat processed, it is juice.
Okay.
Well, so even though I call this my spiced apple cider that I canned at the summit, this is really just juice, but it's delicious.
So it's spiced apple juice.
Yes. So you can see in the bottom, you can see that it has part of a cinnamon stick. This is really good.
So the mixed powder stuff I get from Alpine that says hot apple cider on it is just hot apple juice.
That stuff is so good. I am addicted to that stuff.
Powdered
that stuff
cider.
Is so good. They freeze.
Hey, they dehydrated it, Mark.
They
freeze dried it.
If I freeze dry cider, is it still cider?
Yeah, but once you add the hot water to it, it's cooked.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And Lee's in the house, Cold War Pepper. All right, so back to this here. So I'm going to just throw some stuff up here. So applesauce can be creamy, chunky, super chunky, plain, spice, or other flavorings added to it. And I apologize, I forgot to drop the link off to Dr. Paula Ruffin, because she likes doing the
chunky bourbon.
Yeah, bourbon, chunky, cinnamon, open kettle.
Yes, she's a rebel. She's good.
Yeah, and when was it? I'm thinking it was. Trying to remember back when it was. It might have been January, February. She and her friend were did an all day canning thing on a Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed like all day. It was about 6 hours, and they were doing batch after batch. And they were talking, doing it. They added the bourbon to it. They were talking about, does this smell good? They opened the lid back up. It's like, and you could just see the smile on their faces.
Yes.
But so apple juice is cooked. Apple cider isn't cooked, so it's not really canning.
Mm-mm.
And then apple cider vinegar is where the apple cider has gone to a vinegar, sort of like grapes going to wine to vinegar for wine vinegar.
It's one phase past hard cider, which is alcoholic.
Yeah.
Then it's vinegar.
Yeah. And so there's a lot of things you can do here, just of what I have here for apples.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's apples are, to me, is kind of one of those things. Ever since a little kid, hearing stories of Johnny Appleseed and everything. But I got one more picture to throw in, and then we'll drop it down. I just saw this on my last thing. I just threw it in at the last here. Caramel apple cider jelly.
Yes. So I got a tip on how to make that.
Ooh.
So
okay.
you take and peel your apples, and you have your apples and your cores. You cover the peelings and the cores, with water, and you boil it, and you make a juice that you can then use to make jelly.
Cool.
And this one I boiled down, and it's and added sugar, and it's actually apple syrup. You could pour right over pancakes.
Cool.
And you can make that from something you were going to throw away.
And then you can also flavor it up. I guess you can put some caramel flavoring in it,
or cinnamon, or vanilla, or
real vanilla, not the as Courtney would say, not the beaver butt juice.
No. And then another one
Spicy Mom just came in on your side.
Oh, thank you. Another one you didn't do. I know you were going to talk about pie filling, but I don't put any thickener. I just do apple quarters with spices and my liquid, and then I can either make like cinnamon apples, like you get like at Cracker Barrel. That's a big famous side they do there, or I can do apple pies with this, or anything you would use spiced apples, cobbler, whatever. I kind of don't put the thickener in until I really want it for a pie.
Mm-hmm. And Spicy's mom says, I'm Joy. Cool.
Nice. I'm getting bit by mosquitoes.
Actually, I have a Canaan. My mom's cousin's name was Joy. And actually, she and her other cousin, Barbara, married brothers. So you got cousins marrying brothers on that side of the family. That side of the family is really cool. And so,
hey, Howie.
Kimber's is Angels, and Howie's here. Food Forest Permaculture.
Hi, Howie.
I just watched his fig video. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yes. And he had just had one. He went somewhere, and they did this really cool statue. I thought it was a short, and it was really cool. The guy had done a lot of work to make that. It was amazing looking.
So, with now I'm going to get down to just technical questions here. So hopefully anybody in the side chat, if I don't ask the question you want, please chime in with the question. So when making applesauce, first of all, it's probably just personal preference whether it's creamy, chunky, or super chunky, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Does the type of apples you're using affect that, or should you just go ahead and blend apples like some Granny Smith, some Fuji's, some Sweet 16, some whatever?
So, a lot of people make applesauce with the first apples that come through in season. Here, they're yellow transparent. They're a very, very sweet apple, so you don't need any sugar. I prefer to kind of freeze a bunch of apples. I just core them. I leave the skins on, don't peel them. I core them, freeze them, and when I get a big batch with a variety, I like a variety. I like a variety in my pie filling too, because some of them stay crunchy and firm, and some of them get really mushy. So it kind of makes a better sauce, I believe, if you
Mm-hmm.
mix the apples. But it's very common here to use the yellow transparents. They're the first ones. You need to get them processed quick because they're still hot out when they start to ripen.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then the other ones they save for later. And then like Macintosh, the best award-winning ciders, when people take their cider, unprocessed cider, and to awards, are always a blend of apples. And some of these apples in apple cider are actually apples you wouldn't want to eat. They are that tart and that, but when you blend them all together in cider, it just makes a beautiful product.
I was just writing it down. Yellow transparent.
Mm-hmm.
That's good for zone 4, right?
Yes. Yes.
Good.
And they're the first ones. Yellow transparent are the first ones to come on, and then Granny Smith are the last. And then in the middle, I just did some galas. Macintoshes on the tree out here, you can tell, are very, very ripe from my garden video. We're 2 weeks ahead in Michigan of the usual harvest time for apples. So
You got a lot of differences in moisture content on apples, right?
yes, yes, and it depends on when you pick them too. You know,
Cool.
the
All right. Yeah,
growing
because
conditions affect that.
yeah, for my little garden orchard food forest, we got Zester and Sweet 16s, which are both Zone 4
Yeah.
apples. And so I want to add a couple more in there because I got 4 grandkids, and if we want to put anything up, we're going to have extra so they don't eat them all up when they come in, harvesting them.
Yellow transparent is a real soft apple, but it's a very good eating apple because it's very sweet.
Cool.
It's just a very sweet, sweet apple. As compared to like a Granny Smith, which is on the other end of the spectrum. It's a very tart, firm apple.
Yeah.
So yellow transparent, soft, sweet. Granny Smith, firm and tart.
Yeah. My wife was saying the Granny Smith is a pie apple.
Yes, very much so. But I like to eat them. But they're very good in pies.
As do my grandsons, because they also like the sour gummies worms.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like they don't care. It's sour. They still like it.
No.
But I think half that has to do with the fact that it came from Grammy's tree.
There's that too. That always makes it more special.
All right. Deb's off. 1729 just came in on your side.
Thank you.
So
yeah, I'm working over there on Magic Acres on Tammy's channel.
Yeah. All right, and let me see. Howie mentioned apple butter.
Oh, yeah. I love apple butter. Now, you know when apple butter is done, there's a very old-fashioned way to test when your apple butter. Oh my word! That was an acorn that landed right in the middle of my apple cider. That thing was loud.
Yeah.
I'm still drinking it. No, apple butter is done when you can stand a wooden spoon straight up in the pot.
Yep.
And the correct color for apple butter is somewhere between brown and black. It should be almost black when it's done.
Do you add anything to your apple butter, like brown sugar or anything, or cinnamon?
Brown sugar, cinnamon. I do not like cloves, so I'm very stingy with the cloves. And I love nutmeg, so I'm heavy-handed with the nutmeg. A little bit of mace sometimes. Just kind of depends on what the mood strikes. But yeah, it's heavily spiced.
Kaylin says, "Oops, acorns are not proper cider size."
It
It only
floated, so it's
it
not a
only
good
it only
acorn
had a
anyway.
few squirrel germs on there. You're okay.
No, these acorns right now, they're like the size of $50. It's not a
Oh,
good sign because that means it's going
jeez.
to be a very cold, bad, long winter.
Ugh. Well, all right, I'm just going back in my mind here, bringing up some of the weather channels and the NOAA weather predictions and stuff. And yeah, there's supposed to be another dipping down in around through the mitten and over into New England. Another polar chill this winter.
Hang on, I will show you what the acorns look like because they are.
Hey, Gil, you got your pen handy?
I got a pencil.
Here's an idea for a show: wives' tales and weather predictions.
Hang on a second here. Let me throw that over here. I'm just going to type it in since I got my the spreadsheet up here. Wives' tales and weather predictions. I'll put that in on a Friday night on the homestead.
Like big acorns, and out here in Maryland we have the woolly bears with the orange and black, and the more black they are, the harsher the winter, or some crap like that, which is never true, but sometimes it is.
Okay. Off on this tangent for just 1 second. So this
All
is
right.
what I would call a regular size acorn.
Hang on. Let me make you primary here. Swap me around with you. There you go. You're primary.
About the size. This is what we're getting more of. Okay.
Ow.
This is a bad sign.
The little ones look like pin oak.
No, they're both the same kind of oak.
Alrighty.
Yeah,
that's a. Do you know how to whistle how to make a whistle out of an acorn cap?
Oh, I haven't done that in years.
Oh well, at least you know how to do it.
Yeah, but they're really like. That's why when that thing hit, that's why it sounds so bad. I mean, you can tell it's twice the size of my thumb. It's like.
And you have big
you can't even-
thumbs. I'm just kidding.
Whoa, Mark. Treading on the dangerous side there.
They're big green thumbs. That's it. Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah. I meant big. Yeah, it is green thumb.
Yeah.
And Suzanne Gallet just came in on your side, and Diana too is double dipping on both our channels.
Thank you. See, you should be careful, Mark. I've got my Beth Dutton State of Mind shirt on.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
All right, let's go back here. Oh, I don't need that up there anymore. Boom, boom. All right. If you have bushels of apples, what is the primary thing you're going to be doing?
Sauce. Get them into sauce. Boom,
Into
boom,
sauce.
boom. Because applesauce can be used to replace the oil in any recipe. And a lot of things I can manufacture here on my homestead for myself. I do not have a cow. I cannot manufacture any kind of like butter, oil, anything like that. And it's expensive right now. Vegetable oil and the price of olive oil has just gone through the roof. So I'm going to make it into applesauce because I'm going to use that in place of oil in all of my recipes this winter. So the more apples I get, the more applesauce, the happier I am because that's money in the bank on my shelf.
You just made something pop into my head here. Talking about substituting for things. My favorite cake is a Duncan Hines spice cake mix.
Yes.
And so I'm just thinking, if I have chunky applesauce that has cinnamon in it already, has cinnamon into that, adding that in and replacing the oil and stuff.
Yep.
That ought to be one heck of a spice cake.
Yeah. Yes, it would.
And then when I add my cinnamon buttercream frosting on it,
Mm-hmm.
There goes my diet.
Well, that's okay because cinnamon is supposedly, and I am not a doctor. I do not pretend to be a doctor. I'm not giving the health advice here, but cinnamon is supposed to lower your blood sugar, so it evens out there, right, Gil?
Well, the amount of cinnamon
In
I put in it, yeah.
there you go. See, look, this advice is not to replace your regular physician. Please
Yeah.
consult him.
Yeah. And especially when you're consulting your physician, find out whether he believes in natural remedies and the stuff your grandparents and great grandparents used to do to stay healthy.
Or just go see your local homeopathist.
Yeah. Okay. Lee says, but do you play a doctor on TV?
No, but
I remember that commercial.
I did stay in a Holiday Inn
Express
Express last
once.
night. All together, Tammy.
Yeah.
Oh.
We're not going to get into my former life. I did a lot of things in my former life.
Yeah. Oh.
Back to the apple juice.
Oh, yeah. Correct, Sumi. There are two types of cinnamon. They're not interchangeable. And
Yes.
and actually, Wayne at Becoming Dangerous, and I just forgot what his other channel is. His Becoming Dangerous is becoming dangerous as in you're becoming self-reliant.
Yes.
So he gave me the list of the type of cinnamon that he uses to help with weight loss and stuff too, and balance out the diet. So I got those little tablets along as well.
Again, do your own research.
All right, we have someone stepping up to the bat. Sue me, I am a healthcare professional. All righty. Oh. Okay. All right. From Kaylin's Train here. The olive oil she bought last Sunday's event was almost $25 for half a gallon bottle.
Yep. Yeah. I paid $22 here for my last olive oil at Sam's Club, and it was $12 just 3 or 4 months before, and somebody said, "Oh, it's going up," and I ran to get some, and it was already again almost double.
All right. There is something interesting here. Usually I save these news release articles for the midnight ride with the Gray Man Prepping on Thursday nights. This was from the Epic Times newsroom. I get the emails from them. Apple juice product recalled in 25 states due to arsenic levels.
Yes.
Now, on this, let me get back in here to it. Yes. Just about all the recalls are for Wally World, for their store brand, and it's made by Refresco, Refresco, and so you can look. All you need to do is type in Refresco apple juice recall, and it'll take you to several articles on it. And it's the arsenic levels, and I know why. What happened. My grandmother could have told you why this happened.
Stop grinding up the seeds. Yeah.
Yes, they were grinding up the seeds.
Yeah.
Oh, Tammy, you got someone else coming in on your side over there. South River Outdoors.
Hi. Thank you.
All right, and they have a question, not pertaining to apples. That's okay. We take any questions dealing with it. Here, and throw it up there. Anyone know how long to boil peanuts?
I don't remember off the top of my head, but I know it is in my handy dandy. Always have it close by. 1990s.
She got the book.
She's got the book.
I got the book. This is the one that was my mom's. It's always close to my heart. Literally. Okay, let's go to the back. I have not done boiled peanuts in a coon's age. Pun intended.
Yeah.
Oh, it's in here. I just saw it today too. Because I was looking up walnuts and they had it in here. That's frozen, 89. Might not be in this one after all. Ouch, let's see.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking to.
Do you have one of the older ones? You have the older on PDF. Look it up. I
Some of us are freezing here. Hang on.
It was in Rebel Canners today too because somebody had it on there, and I was also searching online because I have a bunch of walnuts given to me, and I wanted to do them. I wanted to find the nut time to do walnuts. Let's see.
Okay. Yeah.
I haven't done those since
this poor
I haven't done
laptop
those in 40 years.
that I'm on here.
Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. So, but say someone was talking about it on Rebel Canners Facebook.
Yes, I just saw it posted. I think that's where I saw it posted today. If you do pull up canned peanuts. I can't because I'm on my phone, which is what I would use.
Yeah, I'm trying to look here. Search canned peanuts.
Yeah, it is not in this one. I thought it was in this one, but it's not. Oh, here's maple walnut syrup, 99.
Okay, here we go. Here I found it here. So
Okay.
let me bring it up here, share it. Okay, this is on Rebel Canners Facebook page. And it says here, because I would be a terrible Southern woman if I didn't can up boiled peanuts, bought a 5-pound bag at the grocery store, green raw peanuts for boiling. And here the link. The link, if you'd like to boil peanuts, is below here. So let me highlight the link, and I'll drop the link in the chat there.
Okay. And I think the time is 10. I think the time is 10 minutes because that's what it is for maple walnut syrup. So I think.
And there's also ones for
peanut butter.
Peanut butter. So all I typed in on search on Rebel Canners was canned peanuts, and you got several things here for it. And let me go back to the home page. All right. And I'll drop the link to, this is the Rebel Canners Facebook link. Misty E, hey, how's it going? Came in on your side.
Hi,
there we go.
Anyway, I'm sorry I could not answer that off the top of my head. I haven't canned peanuts in 40 years since I was at home with my mom. So that's been quite a while.
I canned peanut butter 5 years ago. Oh wait, we went over that on a previous video. Yeah, and I'm still alive after I ate it.
5 years later.
Here's what it says. I went to that site. Here's what it says. And let me go ahead and throw it up for that site. Come on, share it. Okay, it's not going to share it because I got too many windows open here. Oh, there
it's
it goes.
Up there. We see it.
Time 5 hours. Serving 6 quarts. And it's But I want to make sure that those that have it on their phone or whatever, they can't see it right now without going to the website. I can just give them the time right there.
I know you have to cook some.
They got a lot of information here on it and talk about it.
Yep, you have to cook them down, and then you have to pack them and hot pack them. And I don't think the time is very long once you hot pack them. It's the cook down time.
Yeah.
Because you have to soften the shells.
Yeah. And so Sumi asks, so what are canned peanuts like?
I've never had them.
They're like, I don't know. They're just like peanuts.
I've never had boiled peanuts. I have no idea what they taste like.
They're like peanuts. A lot of people will put like hot, spicy stuff in with them too. But I only ate them as a child because I lived in the South. And they're a Southern thing. They just taste like peanuts. I don't know. It's just like normal to me. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Anything else when it comes to apple stuff there?
Here's a fun fact.
Go ahead.
You can treat do anything, pears and apples exactly the same way. So
Bonus.
any recipes you find for apples, you can do the same thing with pears. Interchange them. They're totally interchangeable, times and everything same. So if
And you
you
can use your
like
apple
that,
skins to make your own pectin, right?
yes, and crab apples especially are good for that. Yes.
Odd thought here, because you know how my brain goes sometimes. It goes odd.
Yes.
um, mixing apples and pears together to make your apple pear sauce, whatever sauce and stuff like that.
We call that baby sauce at my house.
Baby sauce.
Yes.
Okay, so it is a thing. It is a thing.
Yes. So here's a fun story. I got a ton of pears given to me, like 6 large boxes, so more than 6 bushels of pears given to me, and my kids wouldn't eat them. They didn't like them at all. They thought they were horrible. They were very gritty. They weren't. You know.
Yeah.
So my mom and I took weeks and we cooked them down, processed them, and made pear sauce. But if I tell my kids they're pears, they won't eat them. So we just told them that it was baby sauce. We were feeding it to my youngest son, well, middle son, but first son. And so, and the girls were like, I want some of that baby sauce. I'm like, okay, have some baby sauce. Absolutely loved it. Thought it was the greatest thing ever. It was the best applesauce we'd ever made. I didn't tell them the difference. We just called it baby sauce. Fast forward 20 years, my daughter grows up. She has a baby. She goes, Mom, how do I make baby sauce? How do I make baby sauce? How many apples do I need for baby sauce? Well, honey, here comes a confession. You know the baby sauce you love so much? There's no apples in it. It's all pears. No, it isn't. Yes, it is. You love pears. You just don't know you love pears. Because you won't eat pears, but you will eat baby sauce. Oh, that's not right. You did all sorts of things like that. Yep. Because if I had free food, I was finding a way to get you to eat it.
Okay. Misty says, I have an almond tree. Is it okay like that raw? So I'm wondering what she saw, about the almonds. Do almonds don't have to be roasted, do they, or anything? They can be eaten raw like walnuts.
You can eat almonds raw. Most slivered, when they buy slivered almonds in the store, those are raw. You could make almond milk out of it.
Almond milk. Only you find the almonds that have the udders.
Isn't it a juice made out of nuts?
All right.
Yes.
I had to go there. It's your fault, Tammy.
I did it on purpose.
I'm sure you did.
But yeah, you can roast them. You can can them like walnuts.
Okay.
Ball has a recipe where you can can them in maple syrup and make a wonderful ice cream topping out of them. Any nuts, and that was with 10-minute water bath. So it's walnuts or any kind of nut, and then maple syrup and a 10-minute water bath.
Cool.
And a little tiny jar like this in the store goes for $8.
All right. Sumi said, it said apple leather, dried apple rings. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, freeze dried apple slices. Oh yeah, I got a bunch that just came out, and I got to bag them up.
Yeah.
So I did a boo boo.
Uh-oh.
I did not pre-cook my apples when I made this one single jar of apple pie filling. And I had something happen to me that I've never had happen before. The lid blew off in the canner because there's so much air inside the apples.
Yep.
You really need to pre-cook them. So, note to self, remember there's a reason why it's important to pre-cook the apples before you pack them in the jar.
Tomatoes are the same way. If you just peel your tomatoes and pack them in jars whole, like I do with the San Marzanos, after you can them, take them out, the tomatoes are floating. You got the juice on the bottom.
Yeah.
Because there's so much air. Now, when I throw them in my chamber sealer and suck all the air out, they start to foam, which I did that little short videos, one of my first videos. And then I put them in the freezer. When I take them out of there and throw them in the pot, there's like no air in them anymore because it sucked all the air out. So I could literally take that, but it's got the skin, seeds, everything still on it. And I'm going to freeze dry what I got going in the freezer now and turn that into seeds and all and skins and just turn it into tomato powder.
All right. So up with part of what Sumi was saying, apple leather. So not having done apple leather or anything like that, I am proposing or presuming that you can do it just like you can with applesauce, with any type, add flavorings to it, add all sorts of stuff. You can even add bourbon to it if you want an adult apple apple leather, but it's gonna cook the alcohol out of it, obviously, but it's gonna give you that bourbon flavor hint to it. So
I just make applesauce, and then I take the applesauce and pour it on my dehydrator tray that has a rim. And then I dehydrate the applesauce, and that's how I make fruit leather. But yeah, you can take any fruit and add to it to make a flavored fruit roll-up type thing.
Okay. I'm getting behind on the side check. Everybody started talking here or typing. Lee says all nuts taste better shelled. Yeah. Kaylin has a question. Ever made wassail?
Yes. This actually, one of these actually had the orange juice added to it because I had a little bit extra. So it did have the it was more of a wassail. But yeah, that's a very Christmas drink.
Now, is wassail alcoholic or not?
It depends on who makes it.
So it's like eggnog.
Yes, it's like eggnog. I've never made it alcoholic because I don't imbibe of those substances, even though I was talking about the bourbon. But yeah, you can, I guess, but I wouldn't. It doesn't need it. It's so good.
Yeah. Let's see what else here. Assuming it's apple cinnamon chips. Yeah, especially if you got a dehydrator. Dehydrator or more.
Take that.
More efficiently the freeze dryer.
No, you can't make fruit leather out of a freeze dryer.
No, I'm talking about apple cinnamon chips.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dehydrate them.
All right. And Lee has left the building because
he's got
a guest tonight on his live stream. And hang on, let me take a look see here for Lee's stuff. Get it up. Hopefully it won't freeze up with my computer. Here won't freeze up the share as it tries to bring it up. Okay, Lee's topic tonight on Cold War Prepper is prepare your body for SHTF. And he has Michelle Mitten, prepper veteran. Looks like she does her body workouts. And so, yeah, that one's tonight. I'm not going to try to pull the link to it because I know that'll lock up my computer here. Yeah, when I come to California, I only bring the laptop. I don't bring the tower.
Oh.
All right, another question here from Sumi. I wonder if you put a handful of raisins through a food mill and add to the applesauce when making fruit leather.
Oh, yeah, you could. Yes, definitely.
And you could even add it to the applesauce. Just make sure the kids know those are not rodent poop.
And there is apple chutney, which is apples with raisins in it and other spices. Mm-hmm. It's like something between a pie filling and a jelly. And it also sometimes has nuts. Oh, Sumi, I am so sorry.
Yeah. Picked up an apple press. Woo! All right.
I am so jealous. I have a friend, the Barefoot Homesteader, has said that I can come out and use her apple press this year. So we are going to go out and use her apple press.
There's an apple press sitting outside the Cracker Barrel nearby. I wonder if they notice if it was missing.
They would notice. Oh, it got dark suddenly.
I'm trying to look something up here because I just had a weird thought when the raisins came up here. I'm looking up a recipe here before I want to look it up before I say it. Make sure it works here. Come on, work faster, computer. Recipe. Come on, give me the recipe. I hate some of these ones. They give you all pictures and you gotta go all the way to the bottom to get the actual list of ingredients. Let's try to find out, do they use apples in fruitcake?
I don't
And
think
my
so.
computer's acting up slow.
Not
No.
in traditional fruitcake, no.
Yeah.
No, it's like
Well, because I was
pineapple
thinking,
glaze.
I was thinking, I see here, apricot glaze on it, and I see raisins in it, and dates, and some other things in the different fruit cakes.
Yeah,
Candied
those are all
citron.
high sugar dense fruits, and they're dehydrated, not freeze dried, and then they're mixed
Or
in, and
candied.
that's your
Yeah.
gummy fruit
Need more
flavors
light.
in fruit cake.
You want it? You can have it.
No, I'm gonna come back to the idea.
Yeah. And I was just thinking because applesauce bread.
Yes, apple bread is so good. It's like zucchini bread, only with chunked up apples and applesauce.
All right, Kaylin, my sister's mother-in-law never drank alcohol at all. The only alcohol allowed in her house was beer for when she was cooking certain things, mostly ham, but she'd use it sometimes on turkey and stuff because the alcohol gets all cooked off and all you're left with is the flavoring for in the meat.
Yeah.
So anything you're cooking and canning, you're basically, if you're heating up the applesauce and stuff and you've put bourbon in it, by the time you get done doing the processing, there's no alcohol in it.
Yeah, this evaporates out rather quickly. If there's anything that's boiling, it will evaporate out, but it does leave a flavoring.
Yeah. I mean, it's almost like you get the little bottles of maple flavor and the concentrated vanilla and some of the other flavorings and stuff. Well, they don't make it in for bourbon or any of the other flavors they like to add to certain things.
I will.
Apple strudel, apple raisin strudel.
Yes. Oh, yes. I might do a couple jars of that way. Ooh. Ooh. Hmm.
Oh,
I have been on a puff pastry kick, so I made my own Pop-Tarts this week. Oh, they were good.
You had to say that.
Sorry.
You had to say that.
They don't have any.
I gave Pop-Tarts up because the high fructose corn syrup, the maltodextrin, the crap and the crap.
Pop-Tarts are great. Pop-Tarts are great fire starters for Boy Scouts.
Here's my recipe. Get a 2-pack of puff pastry. Spread the one out on your cookie sheet. Take your pie filling that you've canned yourself that has no anything in it. Spread that. Drain it if it's real juicy like the apples. Drain it. Spread that. Like you could even do just applesauce. We did cherry pie filling. Oh my goodness. But it was nice and thick. Spread that cherry pie filling. Stuck another puff pastry on top. Forked the edges so it made a cookie sheet size one. And then we just cut it into bar size pieces.
Cool. All right. Two other little suggestions. Well, one suggestion.
You better do a video on that, Tammy. Tammy, do a video on that.
I had to. This was just a trial to see if I even liked it. Now I'll do a video.
Apple dumplings.
Yep, and that's what I use my spiced apple quarters for. Yep.
Now, I grew up watching, I wasn't that young, but still, the Disney movie, The Apple Dumpling Gang.
Yes.
And I've never had, no one in our family has made apple dumplings. They made chicken and dumplings, and they've made just dumplings, on top of some, chicken soup or whatever. But
so you take you peel and core an apple, but leave it, whole. You take that puff pastry dough and wrap it around it and spread butter on it, maybe a little butter and cinnamon in the center, and you bake it, and there's your apple dumpling.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Sumi asks, can you use beer for yeast in bread?
No, because beer has no yeast left in it. It's the yeast did its job, turn it to alcohol. Yeah. You can add beer to bread. You still need some yeast. The CO2 will help a little bit, or if you want to use it with, do it with baking powder or baking soda, you can do that. It's more of a quick bread then. It's beer bread, but beer has no yeast left in it.
Yeah, the beer batter bread, like you just said, is a quick bread using baking soda to rise, not yeast.
Yeah. All right. Mother Earth Garden Club, welcome. Oh, dang. Just got out of the basement. Ooh. Tornado sirens went off earlier.
Yike.
Which is all right, this is what's the word I want. Not funny, but coincidental. Last night the wife and I were watching the movie Twister with Bill Paxton and I just lost her name.
I don't know either.
Helen Hunt.
Yes.
We were watching that, and it's like some of the just kind of like, we are not moving to Oklahoma. We are not moving to Nebraska. We're not moving to northern Texas. We are not
Kansas off the plate.
Yeah, Kansas, Oklahoma off the plate. Mm-mm.
Yeah, well, I'll move there when pigs fly. Oops.
Yeah.
When pigs fly. Well, hey, there are pigs flying there in Oklahoma. There were down there in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Is that the same cow? That's the same cow.
I have been in multiple tornadoes and 2 hurricanes. And I don't want to move out of Michigan because they're everywhere else but here mostly. I've only been in 1 here. So, yeah, no. No, thank you. I'll stay here where the odds are less. We still get them, but not as often.
And she's in Minnesota.
Ooh. Mm-hmm. So that'll be here in 48 plus hours, give or take.
Give or take. Yeah.
I guess they're right about us getting rain on Tuesday and Wednesday, 30% chance.
Yeah, we don't get many tornadoes out here where I'm at. I mean, we do, but the terrain where I'm at right now, not really conducive. But we get lots of warnings when you get those storms and you look outside and the clouds are green. You're like, let's get in the house.
Well, we had a pop-up storm yesterday, and it happened to be right in the middle of my live, which, by the way, YouTube, I went live using YouTube's app and not StreamYard, and it had me set as private. So I'm sitting here talking to myself for 15 minutes and nobody hopped on. I'm like, I don't know, but there's something wrong. So I hopped off. But in the middle of that, I got like 5 raindrops on me, and it just like went right, just like came out of nowhere, rained 5 raindrops and went right on by. It was the weirdest little pop-up storm ever.
What I've noticed from other people talking about that happening to them with YouTube, what you have to do is you set it up, and before you hit live, you open another tab, go back into it, and you got to go into the details and change it.
The problem on my phone is it will not let me see any future lives I have. So I have to go to the Red Baron and do it on the Red Baron. And I didn't really want to wander around to get the Red Baron up and fired up and pray
Well,
that
no,
it
all you
kicks
need to
on.
do is just go fire up the Red Baron, go into it, change it from private to public, and then just what do you use your phone?
Yeah, but it's never done that to me before. I've always been live when I'm live. This is what I use when I go live on Thursdays.
Wow.
Yeah, thanks, Facebook, YouTube, whatever it was.
YouTube, yeah.
YouTube, thanks.
Hey,
All right.
Sumi. Wait, Sumi just put a good comment up. I wonder if you can make an upside down cake with canned apple slices, raisins, pineapple, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, and you can can it. Right, Tammy?
Mm-hmm.
You can. Yeah.
Yeah. Not only that, you can also do the upside down cake with other things you canned, like peaches, pears, just any of the fruit you can make, canned fruit. You can make the upside down cake with that as well.
No, I'm talking about you make it a pineapple upside down cake and can it in the jar in the oven.
Oh, can it in the jar.
Yeah, you put a single pineapple slice, a maraschino cherry if you're into that, or a Bing cherry peeled or something, and then a little brown sugar. Then you put your cake batter on there, fill it about.
She's asking to substitute instead of pineapple the apple slices and raisins and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Oh yes.
Yeah. And if you I was thinking about this. Using pineapple juice when canning the apples or pears. Is that going to be nasty, or is that going to be something sweet to use for an upside down cake?
Next time you make some applesauce, take a little bit out and pour a little bit of pineapple juice in it and taste it. See what it tastes like.
Yeah. Experiment. Be a rebel, folks.
Here it is.
Don't can everything because it might be bad and you just wasted a ton, but
yeah,
make a little bit and just taste it before you can it and be like, yeah, this could be good.
Okay. Mother says was very green color air here. Like some this morning with 80% with 90% humidity. Oh yeah, recipe for storms. Yeah, and 89 degrees on that too. Whew. Yeah. All right, folks. Oh, I almost forgot. Apologies for those that from Saturday when I didn't go live on Saturday on my other channel, Gray Man Prepping. For those that don't know, right now I'm not in Idaho. I'm down here in California where my wife is still working, and I'm packing stuff up to take up there. And I was busy doing stuff, and all of a sudden it's like, whoa, I was supposed to go live 2 hours ago. Oops. So yeah, Saturday's topic has been pushed off farther down the road, and we'll get to it near the end of September. So speaking of which, if anybody has any topics they'd like to see addressed.
Tammy's got a tornado. She's gone.
Yeah. So just send an email to me, and if you have any suggestions for Mark or Tammy, send them to me, and I will forward them on to them as well. And we can work together on getting stuff done. So there it is. Camppatton, 2 P's in there, 2 T's, family compound. All right. And she's coming back. There she is.
Hey, can I chuck up my link for my freeze-dried farm fresh eggs?
Throw up your link for the video you just did.
Oh, sorry about that. I had to leave. I was getting eaten up by something out there at the camper.
All right.
So,
All right. There's the link on both channels here, both Tammy's and my channels from Mark, Chef Tech. So that's where his little video was. All right. Coming up here tomorrow over on Gray Man Prepping. This is a serious one, folks. For anyone has any prepper that has a garden, or anybody else that has a garden, will your garden survive SHTF or Tawaki? So that's what we're going to be talking about. for your garden, protecting your garden, being able to run your garden in a disaster scenario. Thursday night is the Midnight Ride, and I will be back in Idaho for the Midnight Ride. Friday night here on Camppatton Family Compound, a year without summer. We're going to talk about if this happens again, and it has happened several times in history. It's been noted through multiple empires, whatever you want to call it. The Romans talked about it. There were, the references in Greeks about it, and Europe, and here in the Americas even had a year without a summer. So that's what we're going to be talking about. And this is not an end of the world type thing. This is just crud. Mother Earth decided to do something different this year.
Must have been all those SUVs during the Roman times. And
yeah, exactly. All right. Saturday on Gray Man Prepping is we're going on a health issue here. What is with the vegetables in the stores? Yeah. He's laughing. He knows.
I'll keep that one quiet until then.
And next Monday here is one that Tammy recommended. Elderberries and health benefits.
Ooh, nice.
Yes, so that's on the list there. And we'll talk about different ways of preserving them and stuff. Including, we'll answer the question, then, not now. Well, can it be canned? Can it be freeze-dried? Can it be dehydrated? We're going to go through all that next Monday.
Elderberry powder.
Here we go. Here's about the weather one.
Yep.
Yeah, wore coats for the 4th of July parade. Yeah.
Damn, she's old. No, I'm just kidding. Ooh. Well, raccoon pie for dinner.
Did I not tell you I had my Beth Dutton shirt on and you had to behave today?
Can you can raccoon? Probably. I guess you're all about to find out.
All righty. So that's what's coming up for the next week here. We got some other good things coming up in future for here. Actually, I only got one more topic up on the canning. That's canning fish. So if anybody has any other canning topics or whatever, please email me. Again, emails in the bottom of the description of my video. You can email suggestions to Tammy, and she'll forward it to me. Yep. And looking for more things on canning or food. We may just slide into regular just food storage and other stuff too as well. We've done several on freeze drying as well. So, and Tuber Chat just came in on your side, Tammy.
Hey Kevin, thank you so much. She's awesome. If you're a small channel and you're trying to grow your channel, definitely check out Tuber Chat.
Yeah, exactly. All righty. So that wraps it up here. So in about 2-3 minutes, Cold War Prepper's going live with his special guest tonight. So you want to head on over there. I put the link in once before. I'm not sure if I got the right link here or not. Let's see. No, I did something else that's not coming up. All right. So once again, thanks to Mark and Tammy for coming up here, and for everyone coming in on their channels as well. And I just want to make sure I'm not forgetting anything here. We've covered everything coming next week. Are you going to try doing a live this week, Tammy?
Farmers market's still open, so I'm going to say not this week, but the following week I'm going to start.
Okay, cool.
Maybe a pop-up live between now and then.
Yeah, sounds great. Yeah, I caught that one. I played it, but I was running around packing stuff, so I was just checking my email. Oh, there it is. Play, and I just went.
Yeah. And then I didn't know. I forgot that Dr. Paula went live that time, so I really did want to get over to her live. So I'm like, okay, I'm out of here.
Oh, yeah. Mother Earth just gave herself up. See?
Okay. She's younger than my sister.
So yeah, she was
Gonna-
wearing a coat during the 4th of July. I forget what it was, at the
Yeah.
40s. I forget what year that was. This summer
Hey.
without a sun here. It was
I
bad.
I remember having to wear a coat to Memorial Weekend in May because it was snowing.
Yeah. Well, the one of the first
That was
first or
92.
second year I was staying on the up there in Idaho. It snowed on June 5th or 6th. It snowed.
Yeah,
So-
I did. I remember my mom hiding Easter eggs in 3 feet of snow up in Maine back in 1971.
And they weren't colored, were they?
Oh no, they were colored. They were plastic. She bought the plastic eggs so we could find them and they wouldn't go bad. But oh yeah, she
There
just
was
tossed them out in
still
the snow.
some
And
on
she's
the
like, "Go
snow
get
melt.
them." And here's a shovel. She threw them perfectly along the sidewalk, so we had to shovel the sidewalk to get to our eggs. Smart mother.
Is that kind of like baby sauce?
Yeah.
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 And you want those
All right,
eggs? 'Cause
everyone.
you know there are jelly beans in there. You're getting them.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna wrap it up here. Everyone, stay happy. Hey, work on a fall garden. Get it in now. Start working on it and getting it in now. All right, everyone. Take care.
Bye.
Have a good night.